why we are. That's why we are here where we are, as Mr. Thompson said, where people have brown water coming through their pipes. That's why we're here where we are. Well, Mr. Thompson admit that even though he had marvelous ideas to uplift the community, they were not acknowledged, and that is what has led to the tear in our fabric of society. The lack of acknowledgement that there's more than one pathway to success.
Melissa first. Yes, I see a question up from
Okay,
Melissa.
yes. Um, I had drawn up my manifesto and my ideas, and I had handed over to someone to just make sure that it is done in a most professional manner. But I'm to hit the ground running from Monday coming. I have intentions of 3 spot meetings, and if given the go ahead by the Barbados Police Force, the Royal Barbados Police Force, for the locations that I hope to go into, then they will for sure see me. So I could say that I didn't want to come unprepared. I know that those that are in the race alongside me are what I would say they have an armada of backup, but I wanted to come, and when I come correct. So my the fact that they have not heard me does not mean I don't want to be heard. And for anyone who's interested in placing me in any position where I can address the public, I will take every opportunity and what's not. But they will see me. I'm going to work my way from Lemma Arbor at the edge right down to Lower Estate. I'm going to touch every community and try to meet everyone to interface. Those from Bridgecourt know me from seeing me. Newberry might know me from seeing me. Bridge might know me from seeing me traversing the community because my children go to St. George Primary and St. George Secondary. But they need to know the Melissa that I am in this context, and I am hoping to give them that opportunity, hitting the ground running from Monday. So, like I say, for anyone who wants to reach me at this moment, my number is 832-2102. I'm available, or my email address is melissataitt.stgeorgenorth@gmail.com. But yes, I am eager to meet you. I am eager to share my ideas with you. I have ideas of community development. I have ideas for the creation of an art theater and a musical theater, because people need to recognize that there are a lot of young people in Barbados who are musically talented, and we could use music as a part of another form of diversifying our economy. I have ideas for the establishment of what we call an organization of single parents, where this constituents of St. George North, and it can be applied to the whole island, will be able to pool our resources that whenever the school year begins, we don't have to worry about how our children go back into school, whether they're in nursery or they're going into tertiary, polytechnic, community college, university. We will have a fund there that will allow them to be prepared for school. I have the establishment of the disaster risk management, where we pool our resources as a community, that if there is a strong wind and it blows and we're affected, that we would tap into the artisans that exist in the constituency first to do any repairs that need to be done, so that money will continue to circulate within our community. So when I meet you, St. George North, I need your names, I need your numbers, I need to know your profession. If you're a carpenter, if you're a mason, so that when disaster hits, we don't have to call in or wait on anyone to help us. We could call in our people, tap into our fund, and circulate that money within our constituency. So I'm about empowering people. I'm about giving people opportunities to step out and do things that they thought they could not do. Allow young people to continue their education, and their parents don't have to worry that they can't afford to give them the tuition to go into college or university. Give the chance for young people to explore the arts once more, because why? Beijing bus stop for me when I was young was a big thing. I'd love to see that. And there's no place for young people to go and do those things anymore. Just like Mr. Thompson, he was in a band when he was young. My mom told me in the 70s, Barbados was riddled with many bands, different names, playing spooge and other forms of artistry. And then we in St. George North, we need to recognize that we also need to beautify our parish. Where there's bush, we could plant food and vegetation, so that St. George could be the basket, the food basket of Barbados once more. There are many ideas I have for the people of St. George North, but I want to meet them so they could give me their ideas as well, because they dwell in that community and it's their community, and they should have a say in what they want to see for their community. So yes, St. George North, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait for you to meet me. And that's my position on that's some of my initiatives that I hope to implement when given the opportunity to be their MP in St. George North. My take on mandatory vaccinations is this. Okay, we always had a system where persons go and get immunized, and they often take up the choice to go and get immunized. There are members of our community who probably never engaged the immunization or the practice of immunization. The Rastafari community, probably Muslim community, and other communities. The choice to make a decision of what you do with your body is very important. We are now in the advanced, we could say a fairly advanced stage of the pandemic, and we understand the virus that we are dealing with. We understand the impacts of those persons who might have caught the virus and then were able to develop natural immunity. So I'm saying you have the autonomy, the right to control your body. And if you make your decision to go and be vaccinated, you should not be discriminated against. If you make the decision not to be vaccinated, you should not be discriminated against. They said that we should follow the science. We follow the science of sanitizing and cleaning our working areas and our quarters and everything of the sort. So pitting persons against each other or trying to about something that is so personal needs to be removed. There's no division in our society. We do
It
not pit
should be more.
persons. No, there should not be a division in our society. There are persons who believe, oh, well, if you choose not to be vaccinated, you shouldn't be given health care. But there are persons in Barbados who are suffering from diabetes and hypertension, and they still eat their pudding sauce on Saturday and they still eat their sweet biscuits, and our healthcare system does not discriminate if they have to come to the Barbados Queen Elizabeth Hospital to have surgery with any repercussions from the lifestyle that they chose to live, because we respect those decisions. All we need to do as a society is to put the education out there, do sensitize the public, and put the education out there, so when a person makes a decision with regards to their body, they're comfortable. That if things go left or right after they made that decision, they will say, look, I weighed my options, I listened to the information given, I followed the science, and I'm comfortable with the decision I made, and this is the outcome. Well, this is the outcome. So I believe pressuring individuals that are adults who have the capacity to make sound decision with a sound mind is ridiculous in 2022. Sensitize the public, let them know what their options are. Some persons didn't want to take AstraZeneca, they wanted to take Pfizer. They waited on Pfizer. There are some who
Right.
didn't want to take Sinopharm, they waited on Pfizer. And if they have the authority to choose to wait in a pandemic on what they believe was right for them, that means that the general population have the right to wait to choose when to take the vaccine which is right for them. So I am not against vaccination. I am not against those who are not keen on vaccination. I am really for persons being given the correct amount of information and time to take themselves to make a decisive choice and to respect that choice. So I say
Yes.
to all those in Barbados, if you're keen on being vaccinated, do your research. Choose the vaccine that you feel is most applicable to your body. Do the research and make your decision, and let no one pressure you into what you should take, when you should take it, or where you should go to receive that shot. Because in the end, it all boils down. This you have one body that God bless you with, one shell to carry that spirit that God bless you with. And in the end, there ain't nobody to bring a replacement. So therefore, you have the responsibility to yourself to take care of yourself. There are children in Barbados who are dyslexic. There are children in Barbados who have so many different challenges. And one thing that I admired about the St. George Secondary School is that when my children went there, they give them a test to test a test given a diagnostic test to find out if they are suffering from dyslexia, so they will know what programs to put them in. I think that the schools in Barbados need to focus now on diversifying the way how they approach their teaching, that traditional form of teaching, which expects everybody collectively to pick up and move at one time, is not realistic. There are children who have challenges that would cause them not to be able to learn the usual way, but they'll be able to adapt if the teaching style was taken from a different way. Then we need to have specialized schools where we got a school of artistry and arts and music and for entertainment for those children who are interested in those things. Children who are interested in arts, not only wait till when they reach to the polytechnic and make them subjects that are not necessarily going to be used throughout their life, like they're doing subjects like social studies is important, geography is important, but they'll be like minor parts of the major teaching program if they're interested in doing things with their hand, electrical installation, if they're interested in doing rabbitry, farming, whatever they're interested in. If they have specialized secondary schools for these things instead of teaching this collective way of teaching, then we will know that young people won't be so frustrated. It's hard to be forced to learn something you're not interested in, that you do not consider that you could make a livelihood out of it. When you are in your youth, you could be trained from young to do what you like to do. There should be a school where children learn culinary arts from the time they hit 11 years old. Why do they have to wait till they're 18 or 16 or 17 years old and go through a whole lifetime of learning subjects that they were not keen on actually addressing and learning? So the diversification of our educational system is a must. And the 11 plus is just an unnecessary pressure on our little ones. Some of them go through such a hard time. They should be transitioning just into the school, finding out what they want to be, showing them different options from the primary school stage, and let them transition straight into the secondary school, which teaches them what they're really interested in becoming. There should be a school of aviation for children in Barbados from a very young age. There are Barbadians who are interested in renewable energy, and they're only 10 and 11. There are nothing in our educational system to address training these individuals. So, like Mr. Thompson said, we can't let them slip through the cracks. We can't. So
Right.
that's
Wow.
that's my final offer. I had to say
Listen,
it.